So we have the engine off the engine hoist for the first time probably in about 2 years. But if you've seen this trick, you already know what the bread is for. Now, I didn't think I'd ever get to the point where I'd have to actually try this, but I'm excited. Finally. It was nowhere near as exciting as I thought it was going to be. Well, I just spent all this time putting the clutch and the flywheel on, and I mean, it looks really nice, right? But turns out this was supposed to go before that. As you can tell by the thumbnail, we're definitely going to get this thing running, or else I'm not uploading this video. And secondly, something I've realized with the content I've been making is it's not been genuine to who I am and what I actually enjoy about working on cars and my 240, my Miata, my Civic. So going forward, I'm just going to film what I enjoy. I'm going to show you guys things I actually enjoy about the cars. I'm going to try to keep it more entertaining for myself because I've been getting really burnt out making these videos. And a lot of it's because it's not been successful, and a lot of it's because I've not been genuine about it. So going forward, I'm going to try to be as genuine as I possibly can, and I hope you guys enjoy that aspect of it. All right, let's see how easy I blow my back out trying to fucking do this. God dang, dude. So it's been a couple days since I dropped the motor in, and I went and picked up a couple of goodies for the RB. We picked up another RB25 Turbo, as you can tell by the Nissan logo. I thought my original Turbo might be bad, so I went ahead and bought another one. I looked for a while to try to find a decent deal on a Turbo. I was going to get an upgraded one, but I ended up finding this one on Marketplace, and I paid $350 for the Turbo and a couple of other goodies. It come with the piping. This is not part of it. And it come with a, I didn't even know this was a option on the RB25, but it come with an OEM RB25 oil cooler, which is pretty cool. I might throw that on at some point. And it also come with the RB25 fuel rail. So this is pretty much the last piece of the puzzle that I needed to get this thing going in terms of what parts I needed. So I got a new turbo for it, new fuel rail. And right now, all we got to do is start putting stuff together. Alright, these here are a set of ISR Performance engine mounts I bought for the RB, which originally, these were meant for a KA. So, the reason I bought these is because I could not find a direct replacement for the mounts that I had, because the original ones look like this, and there's supposed to be another bolt right there. So, I bought these, and they were way too big, and I ended up having to chop them, and this is what they look like now. Well, after hours and hours of getting under the car, unbolting, wiggling, and moving around, we finally have it situated where it needs to go. I had to use the engine hoist and the jack just to get this done. It took way longer than expected, but it's better to do it right and have it right the first time than have to go back and redo some shit. So now, I'm sure there's plenty of stuff I need to hook up still. And we'll cross that bridge when we get to it, but I think it's time for turbo stuff. We got the turbo installed with the condom and all. The only downside right now is, since the motor mounts are different from what was on it, the downpipe that is installed on it at the moment is not going to fit properly with the exhaust. So we're going to have to go through and make a custom exhaust at some point. So now when we get the car started, we're gonna have to run a open downpipe, which is gonna sound gnarly for the first start.
Damn, this camera actually does really good in low light, but you can see right here, I had to disconnect the exhaust because where it connected up there at the downpipe,
where the flanges meet, there was like a 1/4 inch gap in the back. It took so much effort to get it in just to undo it, so we're gonna run it open for right now. Well, we are currently on weekend, like, I don't know, probably like 100 at this point. I started this video at the beginning of July. It is currently the beginning of November. That is kind of absurd, but we made a lot of progress and we've done a lot of stuff, but I've not actually worked on it every single weekend, so it kind of makes sense. But we are at the point where we have most of the wiring figured out. I ordered a complete brand new set of silicone coolant hoses, and we're going to go through and replace every hose on this. I mean, we already replaced all the gaskets, so might as well make it nice and go that extra step and get all in the right coolant hoses. I spent like $300 on a full set of hoses with some clamps. I can't even get it out. We're going to install the shifter and see how that looks. Yeah, so it turns out I'm missing a bushing for the shifter, because that should not be like that, and it don't go in all gears. So I'm going to order a short shifter, and we can't do anything else until next weekend, so I'll be back. Yeah, I'm not going to take those out. It came with some pictures of reference, and they chose blue and orange, and honestly, that looks absolutely awful. A good reference point. So I decided to pick up the classic short throw shifter from cubespeed.com. Apparently they're located in Australia. When I ordered it, I had no idea. Now this short throw shifter is supposed to reduce the shifts by 40%, and honestly I don't even know what that means because I've never even driven this car, so it's gonna be sick either way. I don't know.
Dude, that shit's short as hell, ain't it?
Yeah, that's neutral. My gosh. I have to give you guys a close-up of this beautiful piece of equipment. The e-brake handle's in the way. I can't help it. Don't want the car to roll away. That's so mechanical feeling. It'll probably break in a little bit, but first, second, third. I personally think that was a worthy investment, even though I don't know how bad the OEM shifter was. The Miata is going to have nothing on that because the Miata is naturally already like really short shifter feeling, and that's crazy. Well, we've pretty much got the motor to a point where we don't need to do too much to actually start the car. Like, I could put the radiator in, but, you know, it'd kind of be pointless to fill it up with coolant if there's a problem. So I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and try to start it. But first, we have to change out the old gas. I bought one of these transfer pumps. Well, after the spark, my battery died on my camera, and then I think I about short-circuited the car or something. I don't know, dude. I freaked out for a second, about had a panic attack. I think the negative terminal was too loose because, as you can tell. Well, you guys probably would have never guessed this, but apparently you cannot connect the starter power wire to the chassis. So the reason the battery sparked when my battery died on my camera, turns out I was putting the power wire to the starter on the chassis and then the power wire to the alternator to the starter. And in my defense, the starter power wire looks like a ground. As you can see right there, that's the power wire for the starter, and it's got a black cap on it. And usually that indicates a ground. Although it is not a beautiful day, it is still somewhat of a beautiful day because today we are going to be attempting to turn it over. I got the injectors unhooked, I got the fuses set, the wirings should be straight. So now we're going to try to turn it over and see if we can get some oil pressure. I'm super nervous, borderline shaking, but hopefully it all goes well.
Whoa.
What?
We got fuel pressure bad right here. It's swelled that up. Look at that. That's bad. The freaking line is swelled. Yeah.
So it turns out there's a difference between regular fuel line and fuel injection fuel line. And I figured that out the hard way. So I went ahead and replaced that hose, and I disconnected the ignition coil harness, the fuel injectors, and to be on the safe side, I took the relay out of the fuel pump.
All right, ready? Yeah.
So it turns out if you connect the ignition coil harness to the O2 sensor, it won't have spark, and that's the reason we don't have spark. But we also figured out we don't have oil pressure at all, so we lowered the car down, and I'm thinking the pickup's not picking up oil and maybe it'll prime, but apparently we've been turning it over dry. Okay, well, we have spark, we have fuel, and possibly oil pressure. That is a gamble, but we're gonna try for the 10 millionth time. Woo! Oh my goodness! I'm not gonna run it much longer. That started right up too.
Yeah, buddy, he done it. He done it.
I don't even know how to react.
That's so awesome, man.
That just started right up.
Yeah.
4 years. 4 years for that moment.
That's awesome.
You want to see if it'll start again?
Yeah.
Dude, there's no reason for it to just start on a dime like that. That's crazy. We did it. I don't even know what to say. I just know we did it.
Not gonna lie, right now it kind of sounds like a tractor. You need an exhaust on it.
I'm gonna be honest, I've kind of forgotten what all we have done in this video because this motor wasn't even in the car when we started. But this motor has been in the car for quite a few months now, if that says anything. So, with that being said, I'm ending this video here. Thank you for freaking watching because this took way too long. I didn't know what I was doing for 90% of the time. But we figured it out. I got this thing to run off of YouTube videos and 20-year-old forums. So, if that tells you anything, you guys can do shit like this too. So, hopefully I get some clips of it running, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Also, I find this kind of funny. If I told you there was a 240 under there, I don't think you would believe me.